But you will cheat. You will cheat. No reason.
Nice composure, good. Two underneath when he leans on you. Don't give him time. That's it.
Terence Crawford visits Anthony Joshua's camp ahead of the Jake Paul fight, creating a major buzz across the boxing world. Crawford spends time watching Joshua's sessions closely, studying every detail. Their work together signals how seriously Joshua is preparing, bringing in elite minds to elevate his performance. The presence of a pound-for-pound star adds intensity and focus to Joshua's camp as fight.
Good. Good. Nice composure, good. Two underneath when he leans on you. Don't give him time.
Joshua always looks for new experiences and fresh advice from every fight he meets, and he absorbs every style he can. He enjoys learning from different minds, and he uses each lesson to shape his own approach. This habit keeps him growing stronger and more complete in—
That's saying a happy fighter is a good fighter. And each individual, you know, uses different things and finds out different ways to keep them occupied and keep them happy. And for me, it was just like—
Anthony Joshua pushes himself through intense training sessions, designed to toughen his body and sharpen his reactions. He uses deep ice baths to control inflammation and recover faster so he can attack each workout with full strength. After recovering, he dives back into tough drills that test his power, speed, and mental focus. Every part of this routine shows how committed he is to preparing at the high. Combat sports analyst gives a very firm opinion on how Anthony Joshua should handle Jake Paul. According to him, this is not the type of fight where Joshua needs to feel things out or stretch the action for entertainment. Wade stresses that Joshua must handle this quickly with purpose and without letting the fight drag into unnecessary rounds. His reasoning is simple. A heavyweight with Joshua's resume and reputation cannot afford to give Jake Paul extra time in the ring. Wade points out that prolonging the fight would raise unnecessary questions and could even harm Joshua's image. Instead, he believes Joshua should end things early to protect his standing in the sport, with many eyes watching this matchup, from casual fans to influencer boxing followers. Wade argues that Joshua must set a clear tone from the first bell. He has the size, experience, and power advantage, and Wade insists that the cleanest way to handle this assignment is—
which I think could be a little bit of a feeling out first round for AJ too. Then Jake wins to me. And I know that sounds like, oh, but it's true, bro. AJ shouldn't be going rounds with Jake. He just shouldn't. That's a two-time world champion. You know what I'm saying?
Olympic gold medalist,
medalist, two-time world champion. You shouldn't be going rounds with Jake. Jake hasn't fought anybody in— I mean, I don't know where they currently rank Tommy Fury, but he hasn't fought anybody in the top 50 in any weight division he's participated in.
Mm-hmm.
So if that guy's going 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds with you, cooked. But I think if you're putting money on it, I would say but AJ round 3 maybe.
Yeah, I'd say
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Everybody's kind of jumping on the AJ round 2, and I'm like, you know, Jake's tough. Could he use his feet for a little bit longer than people imagine? Is it going to be tougher for AJ to land on him early, maybe? But I think at a certain point, you know, the cat corrals the mouse a little bit. But we'll see, dude. Who knows? Jake's got some good guys in camp. He brought in Lawrence Okoli. Big Lawrence Okoli now, too. Did you see him?
They were. I remember being in Dubai like 3 years ago. Do you remember 3 years ago when we were? Commentated, for Deji vs Merva. Yeah. And funny enough, from that fight week, Jake Paul went and hung out and went shooting of AJ. Yeah. I think like laser tag of AJ.
Yeah.
3 years ago on the same week.
Wild. That entire week now is like coming to full fruition. It was here in Dubai. It was Jake on commentary. First time I had met Jake. Talking shit to Tommy Fury. Lawrence Okoli was on commentary with me, and I was like, how are you a cruiserweight? Because at that time, he was still a cruiserweight, and I was like, how the fuck are you a cruiserweight? You're massive. And sure enough, now he's like 265-pound heavyweight. He's way too big, by the way. But, he's got Lawrence in camp. He's got Jared Anderson in camp.
Joshua's camp for the Jake Paul fight represents a very different approach from his usual preparations. Joshua, a former unified heavyweight world champion, is known for structured routines, strict planning, and controlled sparring environments. But this camp has taken an entirely new direction for him. The intensity is higher, the pace is quicker, and the stylistic changes show that he isn't taking
Creative, eh?
Joshua, revealing his weight at around 110 kilograms, or roughly 243 pounds, became a major talking point. For most of his career, Joshua never needed to adjust his weight dramatically. He has always stayed within a comfortable range that suited his style. But this time it became clear he had cut around 20 pounds in a short window, and that raised concerns among analysts. Losing that amount of weight at this stage of his career is complicated. Joshua is now in his mid-30s, and cutting weight sharply is tougher on the body than it was when he was younger. It affects strength, recovery, hydration, and overall performance. The decision proves how seriously he is preparing for Jake Paul, but it also highlights the risks he is taking. While dropping weight might help his speed, it could also reduce some of the natural power and physical presence his career was built on. This balance becomes especially important when facing someone lighter but active and energetic. Joshua seems to be finding a middle ground, lighter for movement, but heavy enough to maintain the strength that makes
living life as normal. You're not restricting yourself that much. You know, if you're eating 2 pieces of chicken, maybe you just eat a piece of, you see what I mean? You're not going to the extreme to try and actually dehydrate yourself or anything like that. So it's very different than having to actually hit a specific weight, all right? And to do that in a relatively short space of time, because this fight's, you know, not that long has it been announced, and it's not that long until the fight. It's only 2 weeks away. Eddie Hearn was talking about AJ weighing 265 a couple of days ago. So you're thinking, okay, 20 pounds in what, 3 weeks? That's not ideal for someone who, again, is in their mid to late 30s, a year in activity, and crucially has never had to hit a specific weight throughout the course of his career. Never had to do it. All right. So it did have me kind of worrying a little bit and thinking, is this a miscalculation, accepting that? Because in terms of him fighting Jake Paul, he's going to win. I mean, there's no ifs, but he's going to win this fight. It's pretty much a given. All right. But it did have me wondering. Now, AJ, as I said, he took to his social media accounts to show that he's currently weighing 110.6 kg, which is around about 243 US pounds. So that's well under the weight limit. So a lot of people are saying, slam dunk, it's done. Well, I got a few questions on that, because you do have to ask these questions. You're talking about Anthony Joshua, who over the course of the last, 3 years has been solid in the 250s. Hasn't weighed sub 240 or sub 250 since he fought Usyk 3 years ago. And bear in mind, he would have went into camp fully intending to be mobile, speed. He would have spent 3, maybe 4 months working on, what's an ideal weight for that, working on this, that, and the other. So it's not like, a crash diet for the Usyk fight or anything like that. And AJ is someone who loves the resistance training. That seems to be the main thing that he does. And outside of camp, he probably would have thought he was fighting Cassius Chaney, which is
The former super middleweight world champion, known for his blunt honesty, shares his perspective on why this Jake Paul fight might make sense for Joshua. Frock believes Joshua is entering the late stage of his career. He has already achieved a long list of accomplishments: world titles, stadium headliners, and massive pay-per-view events, according to Frock. There simply aren't many meaningful fights left for Joshua that haven't already happened. Accepting the Jake Paul fight, in Frock's view, isn't a bad career decision. He sees it as Joshua securing a huge payday in a matchup that still brings global attention. Frock also mentions the possibility of Joshua facing Tyson Fury afterward, which would remain one of the biggest fights in boxing history if it finally happens. After that, Frock thinks Joshua might not have much left to chase in the sport. He doesn't criticize Joshua's choice. Instead, he frames it as a smart financial move at the right time. He believes fighters must take the opportunities that come their way. And with Joshua already having built a legendary resume, this fight is more about business and entertainment than legacy.
And for me, he's found his limit now, found his level. So now he needs to look at his health and look at what he's got after boxing. And if he can make 50 mil, whatever he's making, to fight fucking in the clown world against the clown show, do you know what I mean? Then take the money, man. Yeah. Take it and go and live your life. I can't see AJ fighting for a world title. I don't know who he fights and who he would be and how we would get that desire back to become a world champion. But Eddie Hearn's got to sell it and try and say AJ's going to be world champ again. 3-time world champ, but I'm not buying in that bullshit. I think AJ's had a great career. He's done massive things for professional boxing, and now he's at the end of his career and he's cashing out. So who can blame him? I'd do exactly the same at the end of my career. I'd fight fucking Jake Paul for mega money and then drop the mic and then go home. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to knock him for doing it.
As much as you say that his career is maybe done after this, he has obviously made the jump, left Ben Davis and gone to Usyk. Do you think that that could maybe reignite a flame in AJ? Maybe change something that you might not believe is there at the moment?
No, he's too old. Too old. I've been 36, 37 years old, but I've never had 150 million quid in the bank. Do you know what I mean? And I think the combination of his age, the fact that he's been flattened a couple of times, and now he's making mega money. Why is he going to try and become a world champion again? He's got to train for 10 weeks and spar really hard sparring. And then he's got to get in the ring on Fight Night with 10-ounce gloves against somebody like Dubois, or he's not going to fight Usyk again. Maybe he sticks around and fights Tyson Fury, because that's another, for me, another commercial mega fight, which is actually fighting somebody who's on the same level.